Hey everybody, welcome to Zanzibar. I'm Paul. We are heading towards the end of March right now. That means one thing. Spring has sprung. It is rainy here in St. Louis as we record this. It's been rainy for the last few days. That is a good sign because that also means warmer weather is headed our way. Summertime is right around the corner. That means vacations are coming. How about that? Have you guys thought about any vacations? Anybody going on vacation this year? It's been 2 long years where people haven't been out and about, been stuck in the house or stuck in town or whatever. This year, my wife and I, we are getting out. We both turned 50 this year, and we are going to celebrate that with a family cruise to Hawaii. Can't wait for that. Of course, I'll be recording some things on there for you guys and sharing that all when we get back. But in case you guys didn't know or have forgotten, I am a travel agent by day, podcast host by night, or maybe the other way around, or however you see it. Anyway, I have a guest on here today. Her name is Michelle Payette. She is from Playa Resorts, and what she does is she goes around to travel agencies and helps us learn about vacation destinations for all you guys, so we can sell them better. Her company represents a bunch of resorts. We'll get to that in the interview. Great time. Hopefully, some of this interview here that you're going to hear in a few minutes, that'll maybe spark something. And if you guys want to go on a trip, hey, feel free to put a comment in the comment box and let me know, and I will get back to you. So without further ado, here is my interview with Michelle. Michelle Payette, Business Development Manager from Playa Hotels and Resorts. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me, Paul.
Up in sunny Wisconsin, right?
Sure. We don't get called that very much.
Well, it's first full day of spring,
Exactly.
Around the corner. Nice
we
weather.
have definitely made the turn. We're ready.
Not quite tropical weather, but you'll take it, right?
Exactly.
Now, you represent, and there's a long list here, Hyatt Zilara and Hyatt Ziva Resorts, Hilton Resorts and Hotels, Wyndham All-Inclusive Resorts, Jewel Resorts in Jamaica, and Sanctuary All-Inclusive Adult Resorts in Cap Cana. Am I missing anything?
Nope, that is. So yeah, we have 21 different resorts, all-inclusive resorts. And then they're just scattered throughout those different brands. So it's cool because we kind of have something for everybody. Some are adults only, some are family friendly, different price points for obviously what people's budgets are. But I really feel like all those different destinations, we've got something for everybody.
Oh, definitely. And before we get into all that more, how long have you been in the travel industry?
So I have been, it's 21 years, which I know it's hard to believe because I look so young.
Had to have started when you were like 5, right?
I did. But yeah, right out of college, actually, my first year outside of college, I started in the travel industry. So yeah, it's crazy to think 20 years and how much it's changed. But I've worked in a bunch of different facets of the travel industry, but yeah, over 20 years.
Was there something that you wanted to do before you got into travel and you just kind of gravitated towards travel, or?
Well, I was that person who had, even out of college, had no clue. I just went and got a communication degree to get a degree, but I still left there not knowing, have a clue what I wanted to do. My brother is a pilot for Southwest Airlines. My mom was actually a travel agent. When I was in high school, she went to become a travel agent. So we've traveled a lot. We've got travel in our blood. And so after I graduated college, and again, didn't have a clue what to do, friends of ours actually own a travel agent. And they're like, until you find a job and figure it out, if you want to come help at the travel agency, we could definitely use some help. And then I kind of just listened and I saw the people coming in and planning the trips, and it looked so fun. I was like, I think I can do that. And then I did that for the next 7 years.
It certainly is a much more fun industry than, stockbroker or whatever, but
Yeah. It is. It definitely is. And it is something that's in your blood. I did leave the travel industry for about 6 months because, as you know, it can be pretty stressful at times. And it's a 24/7 job, but so I did leave about for 6 months and said, I just want to have a 9 to 5 job where I can leave at 5 and be done. And like I said, that lasted about 6 months and I missed it. So been back ever since.
Yeah. Yeah. My son's on spring break this week, and my wife said, okay, you're not going to be doing a whole lot of working this week. All right. I'm like, if somebody calls, I'll take it, later, but I'll get back to him. But
Yeah.
We're going on a big trip in July. And I told her, I'm not going to take my computer. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just it's going to be a family trip then. So
got to be present. It's true. You just have to make time for it.
Yeah, exactly. Now, how long have you been with Playa Resorts?
So in May will be my 3rd year with Playa Resorts. So I kind of came from the tour operator side. I used to work for a tour operator. So before, I always tell people when people say like, what was different from your last job to your job now? And I said, when I worked for a tour operator, I didn't care what hotel or what destination you went to. I just wanted you to book it through my company. And now I don't care what company you book it through. I just want you to go to my resorts.
Exactly.
So, yeah. So it's been, it just is, it's much different, but it's been amazing. And I just love working with the teams on site and property and destination. And it's really fun.
Now, how often do you make it to your resorts that you work with?
Yeah, well, it used to be a lot more. The past 2 years, we've been a little bit more limited on the travel down there, but normally, like a big part of our trip is called FAM trips or familiarization trips that we bring the agents and travel advisors down to the resorts to like do just site inspections, eat, drink, play. So they know, you sell what you see and experience. So a part of my job is usually once a quarter. So 4 times a year, we bring groups of people down there and just experience the resort so they know how to sell it. It's my favorite part of my job.
Yeah, exactly. Being a relatively new agent, I was on a couple fam trips in December, and yeah, that's, you can tell people talk about a resort until you're blue in the face. But once you see it, you really have a great experience to relate to your customers and hopefully sell it to them.
Yeah, you have that personal experience. Like, every time I say when somebody goes to Hyatt Ziva Cancun, I tell them as soon as you get there, go to Habaneros on the beach, have some shrimp tacos. But, you can't read that. You need to go and experience that.
Exactly. Even the ones that don't turn out great, and I'm not going to say which ones, none of them are yours. You can tell the customers,
Sure.
It was too loud at this resort. It's nice, but it was, too loud.
Sure. Yeah. But all the good, all the bad. Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah. Now, do you have a favorite resort? Of yours, I guess I should say.
Well, of course. I do. I do. And a lot of that question comes with like who I'm going with. Am I on a trip with my girlfriends? If it's a couples trip, am I bringing my nephews and nieces? But I would probably say out of all of our properties, I just think the one that's most unique, and I love it because I've never been to an all-inclusive like this, is our sanctuary in Cap Cana. It is an adults-only resort. It's only 15 minutes from the airport, which I like. Private little beach area, but it was built to replicate a Spanish colonial town. So when you're there, it's like cobblestone roads, and there's even a castle on site that holds 64 rooms. Yeah, and they have like a moat around the castle that are swim-up rooms. But you just don't feel like you're at an all-inclusive there. You truly feel like you're somewhere in the Mediterranean. Food's amazing, drinks, awesome room categories. They have like the most standard room is beautiful. 90% of the resort is ocean view, but then they have standalone villas there. They range anywhere from like 1,000 to 5,500 square feet, and they are literally like little houses on the Caribbean. So like I said, it's just a really unique, beautiful resort. And so I would have to say I'll just say it's one of my favorites. How about that?
They're all your favorites.
Yeah.
Now, with COVID hopefully starting to kind of come to an end here, I guess I should knock on wood and maybe preface it that way. Yeah. How badly did COVID hurt your resorts, and how do you see them bouncing back right now?
Yeah, I mean, we were closed for 3 months, and in my entire career, I've never been part of that before. So, it's interesting to reopen a resort is almost harder than to open a resort from scratch. And just the retraining, bringing people back. When we did reopen, one thing that we're really lucky is we're being part of Hyatt and Hilton names. They spent millions and millions of dollars on the new protocols to put in place. We call them our safe stay protocols, just how we were going to do business. But to retrain up, bring the staff back, retrain them on what we can, what we can't do. Some of our buffet restaurants, obviously we couldn't have buffets where people were touching the food, and right. We just had to pivot and make a lot of those. But with the guidance of Hyatt and Hilton, that was really helpful. Yes. And then we also were at like limited occupancies. Each destination was different, but like when we first reopened, you could only sell a resort up to 30% occupancy. So just trying to pivot and figure out staffing and all of that, and what that new world looks like. But I was really proud of really our hotels and all the other hotels for putting the protocols in place and just, making sure there was still a nice balance of, people decided to go on vacation. They wanted to have fun. Mm-hmm. They wanted to get away from all the crap going back here. But still keep them safe. And I think we did a really, really great job of that. And then, we had to pivot again when the CDC came out with like their testing requirements. All of a sudden we had to be hospital and, test people on site. So it's been challenging, but I really am proud of what the job that we've done, to keep our employees safe, our guests safe, and still let them have a great time.
Exactly. And, the agency that I work with, we've been pretty busy with people walking in or calling in, just looking to have a vacation, just to get away from all this garbage,
They just want to get out. Yeah.
They just want to get back to normal. Yeah.
Yep. Sitting on a beach with a cocktail. Yep. That sounds good to me.
It does. I like that background you got too.
Yeah.
Man, I had something I was going to say and I completely. Oh, so you have properties in many different countries. Are the protocols different in each one, or how did that all work with the different countries?
Yeah, so it is a little different. Like in the Dominican Republic, it was a rule you could not have your swim up bars opened. So you could still have pool service, and we'd have servers around taking food and drink orders, but the swim up bars you couldn't. Mexico didn't have that rule. Jamaica has different rules where like you have to test to get into the country. Dominican and Mexico don't have that. So it's a lot to keep up with. I give travel agents so much credit because not only do each of the destinations have their own, policies and everything, but each resort does too. So that's why it's really important to have like the relationship with your, business development manager and everything. So you're getting the right information to your guests.
Yeah, I mean, with you and with other BDMs, with other companies, we rely on you guys for, the information that for your resorts, and that's very, very helpful. So thank you.
Yeah. Well, and that's why I always say, I feel like if any travelers learned anything in the past year is you absolutely should be using a travel agent because those people who booked online, they were on hold with Expedia or whatever, or, maybe the airlines directly for 4+ hours, so that's what a travel agent is for. Yep, exactly.
That's what we do. Yeah. Take your computer or your phone in there, and while you're sitting there, you go.
Exactly. Yeah. And again, you guys have those relationships that with us and the hotels and all that. So it's important.
Yeah. Changing gears a little bit here. Have you seen an uptick in destination weddings over the last several years?
Oh my God, we absolutely have. That was one of the biggest things that I would say came back the fastest. And I really, and which was surprising at first, but then talking to like couples and everything, a lot of people didn't see each other for 2 years. And what better way to celebrate and get married and everything, bring everybody back. It's almost like a family reunion of sorts, and be able to celebrate the couple and do it on a beautiful beach. My boss, her niece just got married at our Hyatt Ziva Cancun last week. And it was just like she said, she hadn't seen some of those people in years, and all be together. My niece, when she got married 2 years ago, did a destination wedding. We had 80 of our family and friends there. And like, when are you ever going to get to do that again? It's really cool.
Exactly. I mean, it's a great way for a wedding, even renew vows and stuff. Yeah. It's pretty awesome.
And everybody makes it their own. Some people maybe can just go down for 3 nights. Other people are going to bring their kids and make it like a full 7-night vacation stay. So
Right.
it's nice that everybody can do whatever they want.
Right. And, I was booking vacations and all of a sudden I got 3 destination weddings coming up.
Yeah.
One this year,
awesome.
2 next year. So
That's
one with
awesome.
you guys.
Thank you.
Is there one resort that sticks out above the rest when it comes to destination weddings?
Our Jamaica properties do well, just because it's very easy for to do a destination wedding in Jamaica. There's very limited requirements, where sometimes in the DR in Mexico, you just have to have like some things translated and a little extra steps, but totally worth it. I would say right now, our Hyatt Ziva Cancun is one of my favorite places for a destination wedding. Cancun's kind of shaped like a 7, and we are very lucky to have, I always say, the best real estate in Cancun, because we're right in that corner, or like the elbow of 7. So we have beach literally surrounding 3 sides of the resort. So there are just so many different areas where you can have it on the beach, you can have it on a rooftop, you can watch the sunset, you can do the sunrise. Like it's just so many different options. So I think that's one of our most popular, but each of our resorts has their own wedding department right on site there, which I love because they are just experts on the property. But Ziva Cancun is always a fan favorite for the weddings.
And they book up awfully fast.
Oh my gosh, it's crazy.
Yep.
I just was with an agent the other day trying to book something for 2024.
24?
24.
Wow.
The rooms aren't even available yet, but she wanted to lock in the dates, and we had to pick a couple dates. It's just crazy.
Yeah, I had one for October this year, and I was lucky that we got I think a Monday or something open.
Yeah, it's crazy. It is back, and like I said, I would say that's probably the biggest segment growth is that destination wedding market.
It's a lot of work. It is a lot of work.
Yeah. Well, it's worth the money. I mean, money-wise, when you start, like when my niece, I'm in Wisconsin, she was focused on, I want to get married at these places in Milwaukee. When they started pricing it out, she was like, how much did you say a destination wedding was again? And I mean, I can't tell you how much money we saved. And again, with 80 of our friends and family in Mexico. So some people, I think, just assume it's like way out of their budget. No. I would say a fourth of what we were going to pay in Milwaukee.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, exactly what you said.
Yeah.
So you pretty much serve the upper Midwest and a lot of the northern states in the United States.
Yep.
Do you notice that certain populations gravitate towards one certain location? Like, for example, a lot of people here in St. Louis, where I'm at, tend to gravitate towards Destin, Florida. I don't know what it is about Destin, Florida. I know I have family up in Columbus, Ohio. They always seem to go to Myrtle Beach.
Oh, fun.
I mean, do you see that in other states and cities and stuff?
Destin has a gorgeous beach, so that doesn't surprise me, but that's interesting. I would say, because I do cover 14 states, so it's a little different in each. A lot of it has to do with the flights. So like for us in the Midwest, I would say Cancun Riviera Maya is our most popular choice. And that's just because like I'm in between Milwaukee and Chicago. We have 3 nonstop flights daily going into Cancun.
Oh, sweet.
So, seasonally, and that's all year round. Seasonally, like they'll pick up Puerto Vallarta, Cabo, Dominican, Montego Bay, that we go nonstop. But really, it has to do with like how much flights, how much lift is into those destinations, which is how people are getting there. So that's what I find. And it's different. Like, it's United and American out of Chicago. When I go to my accounts in Minneapolis, they're all on Delta. So it just depends, like flight wise.
I wish St. Louis was a hub for a major airline.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, we get Frontier. They get you there. They're cheaper, but it is what it is.
No, and I think you have the Southwest to Jamaica seasonally.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, seasonally.
Yeah. I'm very lucky where I am.
Yeah. So 14 states. How in the world do you keep everybody straight? I've always wanted to ask somebody that. Well, how do you keep these guys straight?
I mean, you just do the best you can. Well, I mean, our sales team was much larger before. Normally my territory is about 7 states, but it's just, we work with other we work with our tour operator partners, the different tourist boards. I know we were just in St. Louis with the Jamaica tourist boards, but a lot of us will travel together as kind of like a team and then go into these different states and do the trainings and everything like that. It's been a lot of webinars the last 2 years. I've done more webinars than I ever thought I would. But when you cover a large territory like that, that's the best way to get the people. It's you just have to make do with it. Every day is something different. That's for sure.
Webinars are great, but I got to tell you, it's so much more fun having people coming in the office and, actually going through a presentation like that than
for sure
sitting at a computer and,
And that's where you build the relationship
exactly.
too, right? I mean, when you're in front of people and everything, it's so much more meaningful than being behind a computer all day.
Exactly. Well, Michelle, I appreciate you taking the time to chat with us today.
Super fun. No, I appreciate it. Thank you for all the business and just happy to help with anything. And thanks for having me on.
And there you have it. Michelle Payette from Playa Resorts, some great properties in Mexico, Jamaica, Dominican Republic, all great destinations. And if anything sparked your interest in there, you want to go check out one of her properties, comment in the comments below and I will get in touch with you and maybe we can send you to one of those great locations and have a great vacation. After all, it's been 2 long years. I think we've all deserved a great vacation. What do you think? Let's all go. Anyway, that's going to do it for our show today. Again, my thanks to Michelle for taking the time out of her schedule to join us today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you guys hit subscribe and like on the bottom down here. Also, make sure you hit that bell so you get notices whenever I drop a new episode. You guys all take care and stay safe. Until next time, see you, everybody.